Hi guys, it's me, and I'm nervous for this video. I don't know how to properly begin. I can't find the words to properly. I've used that phrase before. Every time I make a serious video, I'm like, I don't know the proper words to describe how I'm feeling, to illustrate my emotions at this point in time, but I'm gonna try it because that's why I'm making this video. And fair warning, number one, it might start raining, but I am sitting by the window just for a change of pace, something different. But yeah, it might start thunderstorming, which is kind of beautiful here in Latin America, the tropical downpour. And number two, this is not my usual type of video. Obviously, you saw the title, but if this is triggering for anyone with eating disorders, people who have, problems with food or bulimia, anorexia, orthorexia, that type of stuff, this video, I don't know. I'm just letting you know what I'm going to talk about. But again, you saw the title, but parents, I know a lot of children are watching my videos these days. I've gotten so many snaps on Snapchat and emails of parents saying, we watch you as a family every single night, this and that. So parents, don't watch this with the kids around. I mean, it's not like I'm going to use graphic, terrible language or anything like that, but the nature, the subject matter of what I'm going to talk about is not probably what a 5-year-old should be thinking of, at least in my opinion. So over the past month, I have gotten thousands, not just a few trolls that hate me, thousands, not just a handful of people that will make up rumors about me or call me names because they're trying to undermine my experience because they don't like me, or project themselves onto me, which happens all the time, or trying to delegitimize my journey because they can't walk in my shoes and they don't know anything about me, really. It's not that. It is thousands of people. To the extent where I have friends reaching out to me, people I haven't even talked to for like a year or two, sending me messages on Facebook or even emails. Nick, I heard that you have an eating disorder. And I just want to let you know I'm here for you if you need help with it or talking about it. Nick, I heard that you're throwing up your food. You have bulimia. And, why didn't you tell me? I thought I was your best friend. So people are saying that I have bulimia, that I'm purging out my food, that I have an eating disorder. Whether it's that I eat, the type of food I eat, whether it's the amount of food I eat, whether it's the change in my diet recently, I don't know. But the number one thing, the reason that people are coming to this conclusion, is that I have big cheeks, and therefore I have bulimia. Now, this might be people that just found my channel recently, and if you guys don't know, I was vegan for about 7 years in total, 5 consecutive years since 2012, a little bit in college, 2010. I talk about my whole story in my other videos, and also vegetarian for at least a decade. So I changed my diet, and it was very controversial because I came out, I wanted to be upfront and honest. I wanted to share my experience because there's no way on this beautiful green earth that I am the only one who goes vegan and stops. But I've noticed that I'm probably one of the only ones that talks about it and talks about the benefits from eating animal products, the changes I've noticed. So yeah, it's something that I probably created for myself, all these people coming over to my channel because of the types of videos I made, and I just created this big hate storm for myself. So I'm gonna flash a few comments for you at the bottom of the screen. You are so blatantly bulimic, it's painfully obvious at this point. Bulimia cheeks. Only a binger purger could eat like that. Biggest sellout, it's so obvious he's bulimic. He's already getting fat. This is all because you're bulimic, isn't it? Bulimics will eat anything. It would never adhere to a true vegan diet. So you made up this whole story to hide your eating disorder. I see the signs in your face of bulimia. Just because somebody isn't vegan like you doesn't make you a doctor or a psychiatrist or any physician to tell them that they have a mental disorder because of the way they look. I have been doing mukbangs for months, many months, ever since last January of 2016. That's been a year. I mean, it wasn't that regular back then. It was maybe once every 2 weeks, once a week, something like that. But I've been doing them every single day for like 4 months, eating plant-based foods. But when I stopped being vegan, all the vegans now are coming on saying, oh, you have bulimia, oh, you have purging. They never said it before if I was eating the vegan calories, but since the calories are coming from animal products, oh, I have an eating disorder. That is terrible. That I don't even, you know, the rationale. First of all, people that actually suffer from eating disorders, this is so like insulting to them, you know, for vegans to sit on the internet, not all vegans, I'm just the ones that are doing this. It just puts, there's like a mariachi band outside the neighbor's house. Someone's having a birthday party, so excuse that. But first of all, it degrades people. It's very insulting to people who suffer from that eating disorder. Number one, that's terrible. It's terrible, you know? And number two, you know, vegans already make up such a small percentage of the world population. We're talking like 0.0000004% of the world population. It's a half of 1% of just the United States. But the United States is only 3% of the whole world, so, in terms of population. So it's very small. So it's like they aren't helping to gather more people to like want to try veganism, become vegan, if they're sitting on the computer telling people with big cheeks that they are puking their food. It seems to me that he is binging and purging because there's no possible way that he could eat animal products in high volumes. I would put my money on it, totally agree. Nikocado is actually pear-shaped. He looks normal on camera, but under the table, he's actually really wide. I mean, do I have to do like, do I look like a pear? Am I like, whoop? I mean, I got some love handle over here, but I'm not like obese or anything. Look at your cheeks. It's obvious you have bulimia. You a disgrace to veganism, and you should be raped like cows and have your asshole penetrated with a wooden baseball bat full of splinters. Disgusting meat eater face. I can't even say this with a straight face. And you know, some of you say, oh, ignore the crazies. There's a few bad apples on the tree. It's like, no, hundreds of people want this to happen. Hundreds of people are agreeing this. It has 50 comments underneath of vegans saying, oh yes, thank you. Here's someone, thank you for having the guts to say what we're all thinking. So they're all thinking about sticking stuff up my behind, aren't they? Okay. Gary Yourofsky clearly states why people should be killed off to save animals. To save the animals, they serve no purpose on this earth by ruining it. So if you aren't vegan, you have no right to be alive. You have no right, you have no purpose here. The bugs, the cockroach means more to my life than my mom or my daughter. The chickens outside that are laying the eggs, the cows that are being milked are more important than yourself. So just kill yourself. Nasty people, just nasty. You know, I've never ever stereotyped all vegans. I've been very careful about how I select my words and what I say. If you rewatch all my videos, I never say all vegans are like this. I say some, I say many, I say a few, I say certain people without saying the real names, you know, just generic for examples and stuff. But it's a large sum of people. Of course he's purging, let's not be naive. You're not purging, are you, hun? Let's go back to the first one. It's painfully obvious that he's bulimic. Because I eat a lot of food, that means I'm bulimic? I mean, you just type in Matt Stoney, he's a competitive food eater. He eats ridiculous, incredible amount. It's actually classified as a sport. He competes in eating competitions. He is probably thinner than me, and he's in good shape. Is he throwing up all his food? Yuka Konishita, I'm pretty sure she's Japanese, and she's a competitive food eater. You don't have to be a competitive food eater. There are tons of people, athletes, people that ride on bikes for 3 hours a day, people that exercise, people that work out in the gym, that eat a lot of food because their metabolism appropriates that, you know? Some people just have high metabolism. So yeah, all these comments really are just about my cheeks. I'm gonna show you some photos right now of my whole life. I did a lot of digging. I found old photos from when I was a raw food. Let's just go in order. Here's me as a baby. That is me as a baby. And my parents I was adopted from Ukraine, and my parents actually they're American, they flew over to Ukraine to adopt me. And they said, you know, they were able to like select babies, like which one they want to touch and which one they pick out, you know, it's like shopping. The first thing that stuck out was my cheeks, and they said, oh, he looks really healthy, oh my gosh, look at those huge cheeks. So I've had big cheeks since I was a baby. Now, I don't know my family. I don't know my mom, my birth mom or my birth dad. So obviously my medical history is a mystery. I don't know what runs in the family. I don't know if all my parents also, if they have high metabolisms like me, if they have huge cheeks like me. I mean, the Russian look, I mean, big cheeks, and Koreans have big, high cheekbones. Not all, but you know, it's just like some people, you can sometimes look at someone and be like, ooh, they look like they're from a different part of the world. Ooh, they look foreign because their facial or bone structure is different. So anyways, I've always had big cheeks since I was a child. Now let's go over to toddler. Yep, big cheeks. Here's some of me as a child, a kid. And I went through one point when I was in middle school where I got pretty chubby. Here's me chubby when I was in middle school. Okay? And, you know, it's like the phase that everyone goes through because I hadn't hit full-on puberty yet. Once you hit full-on puberty, then all of a sudden the baby fat, they call it the baby fat goes away, whatever. I mean, I wasn't abnormal, but listen, I had big cheeks there too. Are you gonna say, oh, he looks like he has bulimia. Look at those big cheeks. It's just ridiculous. And it's degrading to people who actually suffer from this disease. That's the point I really want to get at. Watching someone on YouTube and saying, oh, they have a big face, and equate them to having a crippling mental disorder. Something that, you know, I can't imagine. I don't know what it's like to have an eating disorder. I guess I've been lucky. I've been fortunate. I've always grown up in a house full of food. My parents had 2 refrigerators growing up. I remember on the counter we had the bread basket. And oh my gosh, I wonder if my parents are going to watch this. A bread basket that the minimum amount of bread loaves we were able to keep in there was like 10. There always had to be at least 10. And then in the second refrigerator, we always had bread in there. A minimum of 2 to 3 gallons of milk downstairs, another one upstairs. And I was not in a family of 7, I'm not in a family of 10. It was 2 parents, and 2 kids, and then 3 kids. So, but my little sister, the toddler at that time, was not really consuming all the gallons of milk. That was for me, my sister, my mom, and my dad. I mean, and so I've grown up in a family that loves food. Orlin came to my parents' house. Orlin's my boyfriend, and we went down to the basement, and I showed him the atomic bomb shelter. And you know, my mom jokes herself, oh, she's preparing for the next atomic bomb, the next nuclear explosion, which with Donald Trump running things, you never know. Better be safe than sorry. I don't know. Literally 20 bags of chips. Always. Oh, we had 3 freezers. We had another freezer at the back, and it always had like 5 to 6 pizzas in it all the time. Lots of frozen veggies, cans, and 10 things of syrup and 10 things of ketchup, and anything's on sale. You buy it all. Like I was. Depends how you look at it. I think I was fortunate. I think I was blessed to be raised in a family where food was not an issue, you know, like going hungry and blah, blah, blah. There was always food. So I got a little chubby too when I was in middle school from all that food, but I also had big cheeks. Now let's flash to when I went raw vegan. This is when I was eating like 10 banana smoothies for breakfast. I was eating like 8 mangoes for lunch, and for dinner I would have like 20 tomatoes, a salad, and 4 avocados. Okay, my cheeks are pretty much the same. And I'm gonna expand on this more, but here's another photo, all right? Now I did go through one period when I was into raw food. I kind of got sucked in, like brainwashed into this one guru on the internet who was telling me to eat less. Anyways, I was just, besides that one point when I got really thin on a raw food diet, I smashed into food. I was not afraid of food. I was eating, actually you ask any raw foodist, the number one thing they say as to why I failed their lifestyle is that I ate too much. They say he overate, he just shoved in way too much food. Never purging, never thinking, and my face is pretty much the same. Now let's go to when I was a regular vegan. This, here's photo, yep, there's me. I look pretty much the same. Here's from over a year ago when I first moved to South America, kind of, I was visiting, and I look pretty much the same. So now that I changed my diet, and after being vegan and vegetarian for all those years, even raw and stuff, now I eat whatever. And everyone's saying, oh, he looks so big. Oh my gosh, well, it's two things. They say I have bulimia because I have stick arms but a big face, or I'm getting hundreds of comments saying he is so fat, he looks so big. Why doesn't he show us his whole body under the camera? You can't please anyone on YouTube, and especially, like I said, people that dislike me for speaking out against something that they believe in. They're gonna undermine me. They're gonna discredit me. They're gonna project themselves onto me. They're gonna come up with any little thing that could, reach real far to say, oh, that's what, yeah, there's no reason. It's like this itch. It's this urge, And, yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is my face does expand. I've talked about this in my mukbangs a lot. I have a severe water, sodium, potassium, electrolyte. Well, I don't even know what it is. I've never gotten tested specifically for this, and I think it's going to be hard to pinpoint it because sometimes I eat certain things and my face blows up. And I think it has to do with salt. But then again, this past 3 days I've been eating nothing but salt and the water's gone away. So it could be blood pressure related. Sometimes if you go salt-free for too long, your body stores water for blood pressure reasons. The human body is really complex. It is so complex. So complex. We will never fully understand it. I mean, vitamin B12 we discovered less than 50 years ago, 60 years ago. That is nothing. 50 years ago, we didn't even know what that was. We are still learning about us, our bodies, what we need, anything, okay? Medicine is not set in stone. Science is not set in stone. Sometimes if you eat more carbs than you're supposed to, your body holds onto more water. Fats and proteins, your body, like I said, science is always changing. But for what I know, I could be wrong. Your body doesn't hold onto water when you eat fat and protein. But every 1 gram of carbohydrate, your body needs 3 grams to process it. So that's why people say you're carb loading. If you're about to do a 10-mile run or something, or a bike race, you carb load, but you're gonna hold on to more water too, because that's how that works. So sometimes I wake up and I'm just I'm so swollen because I had 3,000 calories of carbs the other day. Or sometimes I'll have lots of carbs and I wake up thin. I don't understand my face accordion. Like I said, the sodium thing, it could be thyroid problems. The human body is complex and things are always changing. I thought that I cured my chronic cough by taking out wheat. Well, I eat wheat all the time and the chronic cough has been gone. It's not chronic, something that came about. It was a medical mystery. I had a medical mystery my whole life where I would cough. This constant cough, this irritation that came back every single year, would last for about 3 to 6 months, maybe 5 max. And I thought it was dairy, I thought it was wheat. I took them out, it went away, but now I eat them again. It's been months and, a month and a half pretty much, and it hasn't come back. So the human body is complex. Eating disorders are really complex, and shame on you if you're one of these people that are coming onto my YouTube channel, that are contacting my family or my friends saying, your son has an eating disorder, Nikocado is purging, or leaving these comments that have no basis, no legitimacy, just because my cheeks are big. Some people just have big faces. So that's really the extent of this video. I've showed you some before and after some photos of my whole life where I've always had a large face. I would really appreciate it if you stop saying it. I mean, I can't control what you guys say, but oh my gosh, all these people are walking by and they're like, what are you doing? It's not so much for the haters. This video is not so much for the people that hate me because I changed my diet. This is really for the people that I love, the people that come back every day, people that support me, people that, my sloths, the sloth fam, whatever you want to call it. You guys, it's not true. Don't believe it. Don't let it get into your head. And if you see it, just tell them that they're wrong. Tell them I made this video. If anyone does have an eating disorder or is actually throwing up their food or bulimia, Orlin, my boyfriend, had bulimia for years and he lost so much of his hair. That's why his hair is always really short. When it's long, you can usually see the scalp and stuff, and that's that's a symptom of bulimia. Another symptom is having all your teeth come out or they turn really yellow. Or you're having scars from sticking your finger back there, or you're constantly passing out, or having fatigue, or, you know, there's lots of different symptoms of this, but it's not set in stone. And I can have fatigue, I can have big cheeks, and I can have a reduced hairline, and that doesn't necessarily mean I'm bulimic. But what I'm trying to say is, for those of you out there that do have an eating disorder, or a really bad relationship with food, or throwing up and stuff, like, it took my boyfriend years to really overcome it. And sometimes mental disorders are not fixable. Like, you can improve them, but they're not going to be 100% clear. It's kind of whether you're born with it, whether it's ingrained into you during puberty when your brain's growing, it's kind of locked in there. I mean, I don't know. Therapy can do wonders, but sometimes it can only go so far. I really wish anyone out there that has this the best, that you find whatever you do, what you need to do, you find the help that you deserve to have, so you can be happy and eat, whether that's watching me eat. I've actually gotten so many comments of people saying, I have an eating disorder. Lots of people saying they're anorexic, commenting saying, I watch you and it helps me eat more. I've gotten lots of comments like that saying, I watch you eat and I see you have this great relationship with food. I want to eat with you, which usually I don't want to eat. So whether it's something like that, there's so many other mukbang channels, all my mukbang friends, you know, go check them out. It's never finite, it's never black and white, and there's always a way to improve your life, trust me. And I wish you the best. That's all I'm gonna say. Please stop saying I have bulimia. It degrades, and it's really insulting to the people that have it. And I don't have any eating disorder, so I'm gonna continue to enjoy my food and share my point of view and be myself, and take it or leave it. So thanks so much for your time. I hope this made sense. I hope this clears some things up, and have a great day, everyone. Okay, bye.